Welcome to Center Heist Productions. Please hit the likes and the subscribes down below in your right hand corner. This is the review for the victory a couple hours ago on the 23rd, but today is the 24th while I'm taping, unfortunately past midnight. Montreal Canadiens went into Buffalo and got a 3-1 victory. The storyline was Jake Allen standing on his head. Played a superb game. This is two in a row that Jake has been on the money, and this is exactly why the storyline being people thinking that it was Montembeault to be the starter. Not looking so much like that's the case. Jake Allen's really showing his stuff of showing why that's not the case and taking full advantage of his opportunities. Uh, and this shows the difference of why there's such a battle there. And it's going to be a lot of work for Sam Montembeault to do otherwise. He's to compete with this because Jake played a very solid, steady game. Anyway, this was a really good game on the Habs' behalf. Really, for me, I thought the entire team played fairly well. Um, I would say, I mean, Savard there at the end of the third there to hold on to. Uh, he was just wonderful. The amount of block shots, and he lost a skate plate. I just hope he's all right. I haven't gotten a chance to do the report because I was listening to Marty's report due to the fact that I was working on this taping. I will be checking it though, however, as soon as I'm done taping. So he did a wonderful job blocking up with 3 to 5 shots there. And that's the type of heart you need. That's the one great thing about David Savard. He'll put it all on the line that way. But the defense played superb. Great game again by Barron. Really taking that role in this opportunity. He's playing much better. And I didn't really find anybody to be overly weak tonight, to be honest. We were outshot, and then that's the whole thing. 36 shots that Jake Allen stopped. That was quite a feat. Okay, so we will go to the storyline here. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, here we go. And we got our first star was Jake Allen, 36 saves. Second star was 1-1, which was a really nice game by Brendan Gallagher, getting a goal and an assist. Glad to see him get that. It's becoming the story, even though his legs, he doesn't have the speed, that's for sure. But with this older line, I'm liking this line in the sense that it's like Brendan Gallagher's that bowling ball that comes in for the strike after, uh, you know, the way has been made for the ball to come through. So great nose for the net. I just wish, it's such a shame that he doesn't have the speed because he'd be scoring a lot more, like his good old self. Anyway, but good on Brendan. This was a definitely again by far his best. And then we had the third star, which was Skinner, which funny enough, I picked him in the pool to score. He just does extremely exceptional against the Habs. He's got our number that way. Anyway, first period summary. We had Justin Barron getting his first goal, and it was a nice shot after a big shot from Arbor Jack Eye. And that's what I love about Jack Eyes, um, his heavy shot. When a goaltender can't contain it, usually the rebound comes out and there was Barron waiting, boom, gone. So assisted by Jack Eye and assisted by Sean Monahan. Usual Monahan and just playing fabulous for us. But at 7:13, Jeff Skinner comes back out with on the power play, and assisted by Dylan Cousins and Ramis Dahlin on the power play. And of course, as I had projected in the pool I'm in, and I'm glad I picked him, but wasn't glad he scored because I just know he does well against us. So anyway, there was no scoring in the second period. We went into the third period, and 3:31, Brendan Gallagher gets his second goal in 2 games. Nice goal, like I said, just right for the nose for the net. assisted by Savard and Pearson. And Savard made a nice pinch there to come up and force that play. So just to take a player with him. So this was a great play. Savard really shone, played one of his stronger games as well. And then at 16:53, we got Tanner Pearson scoring again. This is becoming quite common. Third goal again, assisted by Gallagher, and assisted by Newhook on the power play. And this one was on the power play. And funny enough, I've been on the case of the Habs, and that's your 3-1 score right there. And game stats. I'll go into what I was about to say in a moment. The shots were 37-27 for the Sabres. Hits 27-20 for the Canadians. Faceoffs won 29-26 for the Canadians. Power play 1 for 3 for the Habs, 1 for 5 for the Sabres. Penalty minutes 10 for the Canadians, still getting a lot of penalties, and 6 for the Sabres. Giveaways 2 by the Habs, 3 by the Sabres. Takeaways 5 by the Habs, 5 by the Sabres. That was even. Block shots 17 for the Canadians and 10 for the Sabres. And really, so that was just a fabulous game. Um, just consistent wise, everybody was on board in this one. And I'm going to mention Anderson again. He had a strong game, and I want to mention him because I criticize him for his lack of consistency so often. That lately you're hearing me. So far in this season, he has played like a different player, and I'm liking it. He's showing more consistency and staying in the game for the whole game, putting the effort in. So good on Anderson so far. Let's cross our fingers, knock on wood, that continues because I got to commend the guy. He's doing wonderful. And I got to say, Galley really, this was definitely one of Galley's better games. And I got to be honest, there was only one Hab that bothered me tonight, and that was Slavkovsky. He has moments of effort, moving his wheels and pinching on the boards, but then when the pucks, it's like he doesn't want to go in continually to chase down pucks. And the same thing when he's coming back. This has got to change. This is where he's got his issue. He's corrected a lot of things, but I think I'm 100% behind. Yes, he is improving, and I don't think he's a bust. However, I do think he should be in Laval to get top line minutes, and maybe this will buy him time to get used to this North American game because to me he was the only downside player, and that line's been looking good with Newhook, Anderson, and Slab. But as I say, Slab seems to be the odd man out, which I was worried about after Doc went down. And that being said, yeah, I just think Laval would be a help to him. I think they just need to have a good conversation with him and just say, listen, uh, you have to we're sending you down just so that you can adjust. It's going to buy you some time. We're going to give them orders to play you all the top line minutes and power plays and stuff like that, so you get tons of touches. I think it's necessary. That's just my opinion. Like I say, I don't think Slab is a bust like some people think. I think he's just, yeah, I think, it's a lot of pressure for a kid, but somebody's got to get that point across to him. He's got to keep his legs moving, and he's a big man. He's got to realize how big he is and use that weight because he looks like he's scared at times to go in at moments. So that to me was the only, and really everybody played well, but that was the only downer I seen within the game. Good, solid game all the way around, well coached. And what I was getting to before I gave the stats out, I've been going crazy. Thank God I don't have hair, because I would have pulled every ounce of it out. Because this was my big pet peeve, like from the Capitals game the other night. When we had a 4-on-3 or a 5-on-4, sorry. We had that first power play line out, and then when we get the 5-on-3, instead of putting out the second line to let the first line get some rest, they continued on with the first line. And that's been my pet peeve of this. If you want to come out of it, it's evident that this first line has not been cutting it. They're trying to feed it to Caulfield. Everybody knows it. For the most part, they're going to have to, they got to get away from that. Everybody knows that's the plan. They just got to start firing the cannon. And I don't know, for whatever reason, it just does not seem to be gelling. And somebody's got to start telling Suzuki, Matheson, each last one of the guys on that first, or switch somebody into that line because it's not working, and they got to stop being so and just keep moving. You can tell. Yes, they have adjusted. You could see that they were trying it even against the Capitals. Moving the square a bit. Where guys were rotating, like Caulfield getting off his spot and going to the right side. That's fine and dandy. Problem is, everybody knows he's going to go right back, and they're going to try to feed it to him. And the opposition's taking that away from him. So that's not working. And look what happens tonight. This is why I've been saying it all along. Give that second line a little more time. That second power play unit. And sure enough, big blast from the point, and bang, we were getting big shots from the point, and people crash in the net. So it makes all the world a difference with that different mix to it, because Jack Eye's shot creates enough of a different look where the players have to line up a little differently when they got a heavy shot coming in. And that makes a difference. And I just wish there was somebody at the point in that first unit, because as talented as Matheson is, he doesn't have that type of shot. And nor does anybody that's out there with him from that point spot. So I would rotate, like they got to get the clear message has got to be stop just trying to set up Caulfield. And, Caulfield missed some shots, and I'm still not, even though there was a solid game by the majority, I'm still not overly good game by everybody. But as I said, Slab was my biggest knock. But then next to Slab, it's Suzuki and Caulfield who got to pick up their game a bit. There's just a lot of misses by Caulfield tonight. And Suzuki's just too readable. He's just too readable that he's always searching for Caulfield. And, if he'd put a little deceit in his game and start shooting the puck like he did the odd times there last year, he's got to start doing that. He's got a good shot himself. So for me, I think this was a prime example. Start using the second power play unit a little more. Our penalty kill was pretty good. Well, for the most part, we got to stop getting so many penalties. So those in the offensive zone, taking those stupid penalties, similar to like the one, and Monahan doesn't normally get those, but he got caught on one, and you can't take those. They got to stay clear. They got to get those penalty minutes down. But overall, great game for the most part. At least, again, that's two games that we at least got a power play goal. But I think this one was the clear message. Use that second power play unit. So good game overall. And we'll see what happens in the next game coming up. I think it's the Devils. That one I think we're going to get wasted on, to tell you the truth. That's tomorrow night, too. I think this is a back-to-back. Who knows who they're going in the net with. It might be time to give Allen a break. Myself, I think, you could use Primo anytime just to give him a shot if you'd liked. Because I think they got to look at this one as they're going to probably lose this one. But anyway, good coach game. I think as long as they focus on realizing they got to start using the second power play unit more often. Good solid hitting. Defense was right on the money. Harris had a good game. Barron had a good game. Jack Eye had a good game. He missed. Jack Eye lost a couple small little foot races, but he made up for it with his crashing and banging, which is per usual. And Kasevic played pretty well himself. Matheson and Savard, I still don't like the two of them together, but they had a better game. But I still find they're not a match. So with that being said, it was a good outcome. great for us. I'm shocked that we took this. I was expecting a 7-4 victory by the Sabres, so this was a pleasant surprise. Sad, it's weird. It just shows you sometimes, if you just keep the consistency up and the effort up, you got the Sabres kind of, they haven't found their groove yet this year, but once they do, they'll be on fire. But they're having a little bit of struggle finding their groove. And that's two teams we brought into back to back that way, so it helped us that way for a couple victories. Because the Caps a little different story. They're just getting old. However, they showed you how fast they can catch up to us. But we have the luxury of playing an old team that's going downhill, and this one here was just a young team that hasn't found their bearings this year. Anyway, thank you for joining me. 3-1 victory for the Habs. Way to go, Allen played a great. Jake Allen played fabulous. And again, Evans, I'm so impressed with Evans this season thus far. He's, here was a guy I thought was expendable. And he's back to, although none of us knew he was going to be back to his form of prior to the Shifley hit. And he is at this point. And what can you say? What more can you say? So, yeah, a couple of heavy hits out there. I like seeing Pizzetta step away from one of them, and the Sabres kind of, whoever threw that hit kind of took the worst of that one. Good on, although Pizzetta did get rocked in one prior to early, so they were looking for him, that's for sure. But a great game. Again, Allen really stole this game. He was superb, solid, just stuck his ground, and yeah, wonderful game by the Habs. So they stuck together. They played a little more consistent, a little more effort, and that's what you want to see. This is the type of game you want to see out of them. All right, so where does the puck drop first? Here at Center Ice Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribes. I'd muchly appreciate your support to grow the channel, and I will be back to review the game against the Devils. I'm a little afraid of that one, but thank you for joining me, and we will catch you in the next episode. God bless you.